In these problems, we're finding the volumes of rectangular prisms, and what's maybe a little unusual about these problems is that the dimensions have fractions, so we'll have to do some multiplication with fractions. Really, this is just the same as finding any volume for a three-dimensional rectangular prism like this. It's going to be the length times the width times the height. So all three of those dimensions get multiplied together. So our volume is just going to be 4/5 times 1/2 times 7/9. So we have to do some fraction multiplication here, but this isn't the worst thing in the world. There are two approaches you can take, though. You can stop at this point and see if there are any factors that you can cancel. So for example, I know this 4, we could express it as 2 times 2. It's the same thing. I haven't really changed anything. And then if everything's multiplied together, I'm allowed to cancel something that's the same on the top and the bottom. What that'll do is it'll save me from having to simplify the answer at the end. So if you like to get that out of the way at the beginning, great. Otherwise, I would have gotten the answer and I would have had to divide the top and the bottom by 2 to get the simplest form. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get simplest form now because 7 does not have any and 2 don't have any factors in common with 5 and 9. So I think I'm good to go. So I can just do the multiplication. 2 times 1 times 7, that's 14. And then 5 times, well, this really would be a 1, which doesn't factor into the multiplication. 5 times 1 times 9, 5 times 9 is 45. So we have 14/45. So that's the number we've come up with, and it is in simplest form. The unit, of course, is going to be cubic. So this is 14/45 cubic feet. And that is the volume of that prism. Let's try one more of these. So here we've got 2 of them are fractions and 1's not, but that's no problem. We're going to do it the same way. We're going to multiply the length times the width times the height. I'm going to start with the 5. I'm going to write it as a fraction just so we have consistency here. And then multiply that by 4/5, and then the height is 2/9. Okay, and at this point, I am going to stop to cancel. What I notice is I have a 5 and a 5. That's nice to get rid of that ahead of time. I don't think I have anything else to do to make sure this comes out in simplest form because there are no common factors between 2 and 4 and 9. So 2 times 4 is 8. And then I've just got 1 times 9 here. So 9. So this is 8/9. That's our volume in cubic centimeters. So that is a little bit of work with determining the volume of rectangular prisms when you have fractions for side lengths.